we're back. New episode of Past, Present, and Pointless. I'm your host, Alex Carter. With me is my co-horrible host, Leonie Chambers.
Hi there, Alex.
Hey there.
Loving the emphasis there on the title. And in case everyone who didn't notice there, budget cuts means Alex is now doing all the noises.
Yeah, we don't have the money to pay for noises or sound effects anymore. Well, let's get down to brass tacks here. Movie section. So we watched a few movies this week. We watched Come Play, Run, and The Dark and the Wicked. Which one would you like to talk about first?
Do you feel like that could be like one long film where we just said those titles?
Come Play, Run, The Dark and the Wicked.
Couldn't it? Long title.
Or The Dark and the Wicked, Come Play, Run.
Dun-dun-dun. It's that song, isn't it? No, that
Dun,
song,
dun.
isn't it? You say, run, and it's like, it does all that music.
Dun, 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 dun. That one.
I don't know. I know what I mean.
Fair enough. I don't know what you mean either. Okay, well, first one, Come Play. It is about a monster named Larry, amazing name,
Larry.
that manifests itself through smartphones and mobile devices. It's a feature film of a 2017 short movie.
I didn't know that it was a short movie before.
Yeah, it's like 8 minutes, I think.
Oh, I feel like it's quite a good adaptation for a film of this from like a short one.
True.
What's the short one? I haven't seen. Have you seen that one?
I haven't seen that one.
Oh.
Might have to watch it.
I wonder if it's just like
I think, if I remember rightly, it's just of the car park scene of where the lights in the car park go off
oh yeah.
and on again, and then you see like the monster. So the main character centers around a mum and a son, and dad who isn't really in the picture, but he is at the same time.
I think they're in the middle of a separation,
It's
aren't
the
they?
middle of separation, yeah. And the boy is on the spectrum, so he has difficulty speaking. So that's why he uses a mobile app on his phone to kind of get across the points he wants to make.
Yeah, you know, some type words, isn't it? It's like speak, it's like say and speak kind of words, like the
Yeah.
make form sentences from it,
Yeah,
isn't it?
exactly. And it's I've got a point here, a little fact for you. So the director's wife works closely with kids on the spectrum, which allowed the director to get close with the community over the years, and it helped write the character of Oliver. It's quite nice to know.
Did they actually have the character who had
Was on the spectrum.
Was the character the guy who played the little boy?
Was
on the
he in real
spectrum, or
life?
was he not?
I'm not too sure. Possibly and possibly not, because I think he did a very good job. If not,
Yeah, I feel like he did.
because then if he was on the spectrum, then it's very easy for him to just act normal, act like himself.
I'd just like to know, like, because if he's done really well for the film, and if he's not, I say the person who played him's done really well.
So this movie overall, I thought, because we haven't got a lot of good horror movies this year, let
Last
alone
couple of years, to be fair.
let alone movies in general. I think the last really good horror movie we watched, like big time movie, was It Chapter 2. I think that was last year.
And that was just a remake, so it wasn't a new one, was it?
Yeah. So this one, kind of, for saying it's come out of nowhere, and it's, you know, it's a bit low budget, it's standard kind of jump scares, I thought it did a pretty good job of trying to grasp the... I don't even know what I'm trying to say, help me out here.
Now you're doing well on your own.
I'm doing well on my own, thanks.
No, I know, they've grasped the concept of, like, a kind of horror film that's... I suppose they're thinking about modern day, how they're using the technology.
Yeah, exactly,
And
they're incorporating that.
You've
That's
got those
what I'm
kind
trying
of
to say.
films now that are kind of moving that way. You know, you see a lot more mobile phones in films and stuff like that. You know, you have like the text screen come up and things like that. It's just more relatable because it's obviously it's something we've all got now and everything, and you're seeing a lot more of that in films. And
it kind of makes you worry a bit more.
Yeah, because it's like I say,
You're like, oh shit, what if something like a virus downloaded on my phone? Like, what the hell's this?
no, that's the thing. Like the thing what made films scary, obviously way back when or whenever when they've started or whatever, was the fact that they could happen and they were really, really relatable. And like, you know, thinking about, oh, it's just like you go on holiday, you know, in the middle of nowhere, people can kill you, whatever, and obviously that still happens. But nowadays, obviously with all technology in there, it's a lot safer.
Yeah.
So the fact that we're building on that, what we've got now, is what's trying to drive that scare fest.
Yeah. No, I get that. That's good. That's a good point. So overall, what would you give the movie out of 10?
I feel like because the fact that it was made from like a really short, was it short film? Was it?
Yeah, short film.
Short film, and the fact that they've built on that from what was already there, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We'll have to go watch that actually. To be fair, see what it's like.
Yeah.
And the fact that I think the acting was pretty good, pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even though they didn't have a massive budget, I still feel like it wasn't overly cheesy, like on the actual demon, whatever, and everything.
Yeah, I thought it was done quite well.
Yeah, so I feel like it does deserve, I think, a solid 7 because it was good. It was a fun watch. You could have probably made other things better in it, but I think it deserves at least that.
No, I recommend it for anyone looking for a good scare, good horror movie. Solid 7 out of 10.
Just don't download any apps that you don't know.
Yeah.
Don't read the story.
Always check your reviews on your apps first before you download.
Don't read the Larry story.
Okay, second movie is called Run. Now, this stars Sarah Paulson. She's from the American Horror Story series and recently Ratched on Netflix. It is about a homeschooled teenager who is in a wheelchair becomes to suspect her mother is keeping a dark secret from her.
Sinister. I really like her as an actor, to be fair. Sarah Paulson. She's a good actress.
Yeah, same here. She embodies the character she's playing really well, and she makes it very believable.
Yeah, because we've seen
for us to watch
quite a few different things, and she's been quite diverse in the characters. I feel like they've all been really good.
Yeah, true. I've got a little trivia fact for you here.
Go on then.
So the actress who plays the daughter in the wheelchair, she uses the real life wheelchair. So she's handicapped.
No, it's a fake one.
She's handicapped in real life, but she's the first real wheelchair user in real life to play a character in a movie that isn't a wheelchair since the 1940s.
Wait. So stop back up there. So when you say she's
confusing.
When she's actually in a wheelchair, do you mean like as in like she physically can't walk at all? Is she literally like paralysed from the waist down?
I'm not too sure on that part, but she's a wheelchair user in real life, so she uses a wheelchair every day.
Because when we were watching the film, spoiler. I definitely thought like she was a person that could walk because like it felt like she was actually using her legs properly.
Yeah, there were some parts where you thought, wait a minute.
Wait, I've got it. She had a stunt double, and they forgot that they couldn't use the legs.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe it's like maybe she can use her legs, but she's got no muscles.
In fact, she must be able to because do you remember right at the end she does actually use them, sort of. But
we don't know if that's if that was
a stunt double,
or it could have been computer generated. So like the top half and bottom half was different.
Yeah, maybe.
Possibly.
Be fun to know.
But it's a nice twist. It's if anyone's seen the movie Misery, based on the Stephen King novel, starring James Caan and Kathy Bates, I think it's from the 1980s.
Something like that, yeah. It's quite old.
It's sort of a reimagining of that, almost. Yeah. Or it's kind of loosely inspired by it. And it's a nice modern take on what kind of mothers would do to ensure the safety of their daughters, in a way, whilst also keeping really disturbing secrets from you. And it, in a way, it may bring up some questions you have about your own parents, which isn't a nice thought.
My parents haven't paralysed me, so
yeah. And they may have fed you like, I don't know, frog legs over the years. You don't know.
Considering I cook most of the food, I think I'm fine.
Yeah, hopefully you're fine. Out of 10, what would you give it?
I feel like I want to address the fact first. Like, you know when you see... So... Spoiler. So, you know you see the little video clip of the girl when she's younger and she's walking?
Yeah.
Do you feel like that was the clip of the actual real girl and she could walk when she was younger?
That was the character, yeah.
No, not the character. The actual person that plays her.
Oh, the actress.
Do you feel like that was her home video?
Possibly.
Because it looked like a real home video.
Yeah, it did, actually. Maybe, yeah. Out of 10, what would you give it?
I feel like the acting itself was quite solid. I'm not too sure about the ending as such of the film. I feel like that could have gone a different direction.
Yeah, we would have tweaked a few things.
Yeah. So I feel like it deserves...
It was still creepy, though, to see her
it was a
end.
well-done film and everything like that, and don't get me wrong, it was really well thought out, and, you know, as the film went along, it was really realistic as well, like, think about what happened in it. I feel like it does deserve, like, at least an 8, but I would have just liked to seen that ending. Instead of her becoming like that, I'd rather have her kicked her at the end.
Down the stairs.
Down the
instead
end,
of her getting shot.
Yeah, or even if that bit had still happened the way it did in the film, and you saw her right at the end, I'd have just liked to see her walk, and like her legs came back and everything was like fine with her legs and she could walk properly.
Yeah.
At the end, and obviously no, the actress couldn't do it because she was in a wheelchair, but because you got a stunt double for that bit, and that would have just been nice. Like she turned creepy like her mum, and she was going to kill her obviously, or keep her like that or whatever, but she could walk, so it was kind of like a middle finger to her. It's like she'd won. And I feel like I just like that little tiny bit.
Yeah, no, I see where you're coming from. But an 8 out of 10, pretty high. Very recommended.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good watch.
It was a good movie. Okay, third movie. It's called The Dark and the Wicked.
Part 3.
Yeah, the trilogy. It does sound like it should be a trilogy.
It does.
So, this is directed by Brian Bertino. He directed The Strangers 1 and 2.
I didn't even reckon the second Strangers was as good as the first one. I thought the first one was better.
They involved quite a bit of music, like 80s style music, and it felt very 80s style. It was a different style, this movie, anyway.
No,
Compared to The Strangers.
I know, I'm just saying, I just liked the first one, only because in most films you get, it's happy ever after, like, like the victim wins or whatever gets away, and that one, they didn't.
It was very different.
Yeah, and I quite like that
for its time. Yeah. It was nice and different. This one, he's trying to, branch out and be more different again. So, on a secluded farm in a nondescript rural town, a man is slowly dying. His family gathers to mourn, and soon a darkness grows, marked by waking nightmares and a growing sense that something evil is taking over the family. So, fun fact, straight away, it was actually filmed at the writer-director's family farm.
Oh, was it? You'd never want to visit that farm again, would you?
You would not, no.
It's a family reunion. Is it at the farm? I'm
out.
I'm washing my hair. There's something over there. I just need to leave. I'm out.
Start the car. I'm coming. I gotta get out of here now. So, like I said, he's trying to branch out. Obviously, The Strangers 2 was, I want to say, 2016 at least.
Not sure.
I'd say 2016. So it's 4 years ago, and he's trying to branch out. You got to give it to him. He's wrote and directed a whole movie himself.
That doesn't mean it was good.
Yeah, well, saying it's like he didn't have to pay for a location. He's used his family farm, so he could have saved budget on a location and used it toward other things.
That's it. We're doing a film. We're right here, right now, and
but I thought,
obviously it's going to be amazing.
Yeah. I thought I'm going to have to watch it again just to kind of get my head around some things. Like, a few things I don't think were explained very well, or you kind of have to just pick up where the characters are in the movie. You're like, kind of like, okay. Oh, right, so this character did that. And you just have to kind of go along with it.
Can we watch that by yourself?
All right, fair enough. Was it not that good for you?
No.
Yeah, it was a slow burner movie, wasn't it? You don't like slow burners.
I don't think it was just the fact that it was a slow burner. I think it was just a bit like... No, I get that he was trying to be different and weird and everything like that, and that definitely landed, except for the film itself didn't land for me, because I just felt like it was a bit like all over the place in trying to be too weird, instead of actually having a core storyline and an actual... It didn't explain any... I feel like we had a lot of weird in it, but no explanations for any of it, really.
Yeah.
I just thought...
I felt like the ending a bit... Spoiler. I felt like the ending when the guy comes home and he sees his family dead, but it wasn't actually... They weren't actually dead, and then he kills himself to be with them, and then the family actually come home and find him committed suicide on the floor. I felt like that was a bit of a cop-out.
Oh, really? I thought I quite liked that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was probably the only bit that I did like. Because it's just the fact that...
Disagreeing for the first time on... episode 7.
It's just because the fact that he thought he got away, and you thought, it's obviously not got that kind of reach, and it tells you that it's got the family, and that's the only kind of thing that kind of got.
It must have would you reckon it'd be hereditary in a way, that the demon that's come through the gateway into the father, messing with them on the farm, has then grown so powerful and weakened them down over the course of the week that they were there. It is now in the guy, so it's gone home with him. Like, he thought, oh, well, I've just got to go home and escape this, but you can't, because it's...
Yeah, I think... no, I think it was mostly... Yeah, I think you are right about that, but I think once they set foot on the farm, I think that was it. It infected them all.
In fact,
and no matter where you go, it's going to follow you. It's like a ghost, isn't it? It follows you from house to house. It's that. It's attached to them.
Yeah.
And that's probably the only thing they explained a little bit about it, really, was that. And you're just like, okay, so I get that these are waking nightmares, right?
Yeah.
So is any of it real? Did any of it actually happen? But then, see, that's the weirdest thing, like, because you have a been part of it. You know, when she's in the room with her dad, also find that very strange that she slept with her dad and not her brother. But let's move on.
But I digress.
But when she sees him on the ceiling and like he's like asking for help, and then you think, oh yeah, it's another waking nightmare, whatever. And then she wakes up and then he's got a mark on him. It kind of makes you think, okay, did that actually happen then? Because he's got a mark on him, so did that happen or not?
Well, that's how it shows you how powerful the demon gets. Through the course of the week, that's how powerful it gets. It's crossing over into the real world. Yeah, and it's like a warning sign, isn't it? Big scratch on you.
But yeah, I just don't think. I think it could have. I like the idea of it, and I think it could have been done a lot better.
Yeah, it couldn't have been as slow as it was.
I think less strange in some of the things that they did.
Oh, pun.
And just more grounded kind of points in the story, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, what was that about? Is that he kept seeing his mum like just naked. Why was she naked?
And that was fucked up.
No, but she didn't die naked. She died in clothes.
She died fully wrapped.
Yeah. So like, why on earth did that happen in the first place? And can I just point out as well, like, the fact when they saw the priest come to the house, and he came in the house and everything. Like, obviously, like, we know that wasn't him. But why is that? Had that priest been to the house before? Didn't explain it. Like, why did that one appear?
Yeah, and he wasn't there, didn't he? He vanished the next second.
He never visited the farm because
he never came there in the first place.
Because she's got a number.
Oh, that was again the demon playing tricks on him.
No, she rang the real guy who was supposed to have come to the house, and he said he'd never been to the house.
Oh.
So the guy that came to the house, the priest that visited him and gave him the book of stuff that they needed to do or whatever, or not, was never there, and obviously that was the demon. But it didn't really explain why. Why did they have the priest come to the house? Had he been to the house before? Did the family know him? So I mean, it didn't explain like why.
Yeah,
what's the significance to it?
That, like I said at the start, I mean, it's you just have to kind of find out for yourself. It's one of those ones where you had to kind of use your head a bit. Whereas
I'd have preferred it if that when they had the funeral for the mum, if you'd have seen that priest come to the funeral, and he actually knew and was involved with the family. We knew that he was involved with them, which makes more sense that they would expect him to come to the house or whatever.
Yeah.
And that would have made a bit more sense there.
True.
And then I didn't get it, like, he kept seeing his mum everywhere, and then if she was naked, I still didn't get that bit, but anyway. She never actually touched him, or, like, got him, whereas when the demon came into the dad's room, she didn't even see him. She didn't see any demon. Did she? But yeah, he did.
Super weird.
There wasn't a lot of consistency in it.
Very true. It's a good point. So, out of 10, what would you give it after all that?
4.
A 4? Wow. I'd say I'd have to at least give it a 5. Hats off trying to be different, but just wasn't executed very well. And it's a give or take movie. You're either gonna like it or you're not.
I just feel like the storyline, like itself, like, the idea of the fact that the demon's infecting the family.
There's enough
and stuff like that.
There's enough points in there for you to like it if you really do like your weird horrors. There's again enough points in there for you to dislike it because of how wrong it is.
No, I was thinking more.
Not fully flushed out it is.
I was just thinking more of the fact that if you took that storyline and then remade the film, it could be done better. That's what I was trying to say.
Right. Okay. Got you.
So the idea of like the fact there's a demon infecting the family.
Yeah.
Dad's dying. That's your storyline core. There you go.
Yeah, and I don't think the characters were flushed out. Like, they didn't have backgrounds, like the brother and sister.
And you think after they started seeing things, they would have stayed in the same room, wouldn't you? They wouldn't have just separated into different rooms.
Yeah.
I would have been all 3 people in one room and you taking watches.
Yeah.
There's no way I'd have been by myself.
Get me out of this room, please.
I thought it was kind of weird as well, like how the nurse that they had was completely fine the whole time throughout all the film until literally right at the end, and she didn't see anything the whole time. And then
she wasn't attached to the family though, was she? Bloodline.
No, she wasn't, but this is my point. Literally, she was fine the whole time in the film, right up until the end. And then she lit a candle that was supposed to be like a, what was it? Not like a god candle, but like a faith candle or whatever.
Yeah,
supposed to help cleanse the air or whatever.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, she was stabbing herself, and I'm like, what?
In the face.
Wouldn't it make more sense if they'd made her see little things throughout the whole time, instead of she's seen nothing, she's fine this whole time, oh boom, she's dead.
Maybe.
And you're like, what? Why?
Or maybe because the demon was like keeping alive through the father, because the nurse was keeping her alive. And then once the demon reached a more powerful stature and started clinging on more to the brother and sister, then he killed the nurse because he didn't need her anymore, to keep the body alive for him to pass through from the other side into the real world.
Yeah, but I also like...
So that's one of the things, that's why it's making you think and discuss it. It's good in a way, because it's like, you're talking about the movie, but it's making you hate it a bit more, because you're like, I've just had to figure this out for myself, and it could be wrong. Exactly. It might not be right.
I think as well, like...
About the nurse?
Oh, no, that was it. Sorry, no. So, do you know right at the end?
Yes.
When the dad died?
Yes.
The fact that the dad was supposed to be kept alive...
Yeah.
Throughout this whole thing. And then... No, it didn't explain, like, did the demon kill him? Because it looked like he died naturally, right?
Right.
And then that just left her.
Yeah.
So you'd have thought that was his bridge into this world. The dad really, wasn't it? So once he died...
Yeah.
Surely that would mean the demon couldn't get through anymore.
I mean, maybe.
But it didn't really explain the fact that... Because the whole point in the whole film was keeping him alive, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And yet he died right at the end. And then she was just taken. It didn't explain that.
Exactly. The 3 movies that was Come Play, Run, and The Dark and the Wicked.
The last one will make you mad.
Guess what section's next?
Your favourite section.
Is it? Or is it your favourite section?
No, it's not mine.
You don't know what's coming next.
Yes, I do.
What is it?
It's impressions.
Is it though?
Is it though?
Yeah, it kind of is. First impression of the week. These are going to suck so bad.
No, they're not. They're going to be good. Mine's going to suck.
You're going to suck.
Like always.
So the impression number 1 is Tigger from Disney.
Why you got a face for it?
Shut up! I'm getting the sound. It was stuck, wasn't it?
It was.
Okay, here's Tigger. T-I, go, go, The thing about Tigger is, Tigger's a wonderful thing.
It's the face.
Okay, you'll go. You've got to get the face.
So you just like push your chin out like, Stop it.
I'm not doing anything. Just go when you're ready.
Can't even do it.
You can never do them. Just leave it at me doing impressions from now on.
Maybe.
Wow. What a cop-out.
Sure.
Let's try a different one then. Kool-Aid Guy. Mostly from Family Guy. It was originally an advert, I think, in America.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. That's where they, like, take the mick out of it. Because he bashes into, like, people's living rooms. He's like, oh, yeah!
That was pretty good. You know what it reminds me of? The Duffman.
Duffman. Get
Literally. It does.
Ooh. Duffman.
It does.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, yeah.
That's pretty good.
Go on, you can do that.
Oh, yeah.
It's still got that squeakiness to it.
I can't help it.
Oh, yeah.
That was yours.
I can't go manly, that's why.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Oh, yeah.
I can't be manly. I'm sorry.
You just sound like a sexual predator. Oh, yeah. Okay, third and final impression. Eric Cartman from
Go
South
on.
Park.
It's quite squeaky. I might be right though.
What does he say again?
It's like, no kitty, my cheesy puffs.
No, Kitty. They're my cheesy puffs.
That was really good.
God fucking damn it. Kyle. Fuck. You fucking fucker.
Just swear whatever you want.
God damn it. Mom. No, they're my cheesy puffs.
It's so good.
Go on, squeaky as you can. Just really tighten your vocals.
Take your face like that.
And yeah, what I was doing, and force it out. Really like scrunch your chest up and abs.
Oh, fuck. God damn it. You know, Kitty, these are my cheesy balls.
I'm gonna give you that. Was pretty good. Pretty good first time on that. Because I was practicing them the other day.
Yeah, I know you were.
So that was pretty good for you.
So you always practice yours, that's why. I always do them on the fly, so...
True. And now it comes time for Leonie's favourite section, the life hacks. You ready for these life hacks?
Ready and sitting down.
Ooh. So number 1, if you bounce batteries on the floor, you can see if they're good or bad. So if you drop them from about 6 inches, if they give one small bounce and fall right over, they're good. But if they bounce around way more than that, they're dead or on the way out.
What happens if you bounce them on a trampoline, though? Is it an accurate result?
How did I know you were going to ask a stupid, horrible question? What if? Now, just think about this, okay?
But
I'm
what if
gonna
I
throw a
have...
spanner in the works.
But what if I have a tiny trampoline in the
teeny-
house? A teeny tiny one. And then I drop them on that while I'm bouncing on it.
I don't know. If it'd all be down to if you bounced more than once, or if you bounced once and fell over. It'd mean if you were good or bad, if you were dead or on your way out. And then if you
She
fell
bounced
over,
too much, she's gone.
if they kept bouncing with you or just stayed and rolled,
You just trade me for
then
a
they'd
girl.
probably be good. If they kept bouncing, probably they would be bad. Or if they fell over and started just rolling around.
So what you're saying is, if I continually bounce, I'm bad. She needs replacing. Get that Duracell up.
Panasonic her quick.
Maybe you can get like a really big charger for a person.
Or a,
Personal charger.
a charging cable. Where would that go?
It could go in your ear.
Don't overcharge me. Alright, life hack number 2. So actually drying your hands with a paper towel will reduce the bacteria by 45 to 60% on your hands, while a hand dryer will increase it by up to 255% because it blows the bacteria already living in the warm, moist environment.
What about those hand dryers that are actually put your hand in instead?
Now see, how available are they to the public? Everywhere, if you think about it. You're more better off drying your hands at home, aren't you? Than, or keeping like, I don't know, a napkin or something in
A
on
dirty
you.
napkin.
No, like a just a
Tuesday napkin.
or a handkerchief. Most people carry a handkerchief.
Dirty. You're carrying a Wednesday handkerchief. Where's your Thursday one?
It's embroidered on it. It says Wednesday. We're on Friday. You sick fuck.
No, I get that makes sense to be fair, because you think about it, that's just one use that you're using. And then
Yeah, you think about all the
other one,
moisture in the air as well. It's
every
just blowing
person
it around.
puts their hands in, and then
Yeah.
it's like
That
if anything,
stays
that's
in
probably
that
worse
one.
because it's trapped as well. Like, and you put it down, it's trapped, isn't it?
Maybe, but then I think if they're in a public place, they come around and clean them quite regularly.
Probably not. I feel like I don't see anybody do it. Just saying.
Well, just think if you go next time you go to somewhere like a public place, public bathroom.
You get that chair, you
If they've
sit
got
in that bathroom, and you watch. What?
Sick bastard.
Excuse me, I'm on toilet cleaning watch. I've been here
Hand cleaning watch.
for 4 hours and not one person's come in. This is disgusting. I'm writing on the note on the wall. That's me right now.
Right, I got that. Okay, life hack number 3. If you ever hear a zipper sound whilst inflating your tyres, run. Because this is the sound a tyre makes before it's about to blow.
Oh, that's scary. I thought you were going to say run because there's someone behind you.
If you hear a zipper sound, zzz, someone behind me about to rape me. Idiot.
Well, that's what it sounds like.
At a
If you
petrol
hear
station.
a zipper behind you, run.
Zzz. Oh! I'm going to edit this out. I can't put
Alex,
this on.
you've been there for quite a while.
Dirty pigs.
No, but that makes sense to it. That's quite scary, isn't it? The fact that it makes a zipper sound. Like, why? A tyre's
I
not a
think it's
zip.
like maybe the lining of the tyre is starting to crack. So it kind of, if you think about it, it's circular. So if it goes around the tyre, it's going to go like that.
But what's the guarantee it's going to go from the edge?
It'll just go.
How long can you have a tyre before it explodes? What makes a tyre explode? Too much air?
You just fill it with too much air.
That's
why on the side of your tyres, it says what pressure to fill them to.
Also says in your manual as well.
True, but if you lose your manual, you don't know where it is. It says on the side of your tyre.
I think you're stupid
more
to
easy.
lose your manual.
It says it on the side of your tyre when you're about to fill it up. So you set the number of the air pressure pump before you put it in the valve.
Put it in the hole.
Put it in the valve on the tyre.
The tyre hole.
Trueness. It's time for OSDs of the week. OSDs
of the week.
Obsessive song disorders.
Patent pending.
So Leonie, what's yours for the week?
Well, it's still the same because I'm an obsessive freak, and it's
true.
Balls of full jokes.
Balls of full.
Boys of full. Overthinking.
Overthinking by
still
Boys
a jam.
of Full.
And they did actually drop an album recently as well.
Called Distance.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's starting to listen to it a bit more, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah, I listened to it quite a few times. I really like it. I'd say my OSD for the week would be Midnight by Boys of Full from the album. From the same album, these two OSDs.
Nice.
If you're into the pop punk genre as much as we are, you'll probably love this.
It's a very good one. It's not as good as some of the other ones that we've listened to in the previous that we could obsessively listen over and over and over again. As an album as a whole, but it's still a good album.
They're like a slightly heavier version of... No, slightly... I'd say just a similar version of Day to Remember.
I don't know.
Less gravel.
I think less... Because there's a lot more heavy points in some of the Day to Remember songs, like a lot more screaming it. I think there's a lot less in theirs.
It's equal amount, I'd say. That's why I was trying to say it was similar.
I'd just say similar-ish.
There's a few songs on this recent album of theirs that were a bit more slow.
Yeah,
more than fast-paced songs.
Probably just kind of suited to the times, how they feel, isn't it?
Yeah, true. Now it's time for some pointless, useless facts.
I'm so
of the
excited.
Week. So, first off, no number from 1 to 990... Let me start that again.
Brothers, well, he just composes himself.
So no number from 1 to 999 includes the letter A in its word form.
What?
So if you write out the number...
Oh, I see what you mean.
Using alphabet...
1, 2, whatever.
Yeah. You will not use the letter A.
Really?
Yeah.
Any of them?
Yeah, it's because when you get to 1,000, because A is in 1,000. It's not in 100. And the number is actually like, I don't know, say 757. You don't say 757. A lot of people say and in the middle, but you're not actually supposed to say that. But yeah, that's a pointless fact.
How weird.
Do you feel better knowing this? Or do you feel more stupid?
I don't know. I always feel like there would be an A in one of them, but I guess if there isn't.
There isn't at all. Another pointless fact here. You are 13.8% specifically more likely to die on your birthday.
Why?
I don't know why.
Is it because you've seen Happy Death Day? Someone will post... The thing is, to not eat a cupcake on your birthday. Do not eat a cupcake on your birthday. Any reason why?
Maybe, I don't know, you get round to your birthday from the day you were born. Maybe it's just like, it's like a life cycle. Think about it like that.
Like going around the sun. Or the sun going around us.
The sun going around us. Possibly.
That's weird.
I
would just think more of the fact that you're more likely to do something crazy on your birthday. That makes more sense.
Maybe.
Because people always do like crazy stuff, don't they? Oh my god, it's my birthday. Back it. Skydive. Back it.
Swim with sharks.
Back it.
Okay, third pointless fact. The King of Hearts is the only king in a deck of cards without a mustache.
Have the other ones all got mustaches?
Apparently so.
I'd like to see this.
It's pretty funny if you
That's
think
a
about
weird
it.
thing, isn't
Yeah.
it? Why is he not got a mustache?
I don't know. Maybe because he's
It's the other king
the
got one.
hearts. Yeah.
Like your heart doesn't have a mustache.
Maybe because he's so loving, because he's the King of Hearts.
So he can't bear to hide his face away. Like anything.
Maybe.
You need to see all my face.
Or maybe he's like the young king. Maybe he was the young king.
Because his full of love.
Yeah.
So he's young. That's how it works.
Maybe.
So if you full of love, you look young forever?
Possibly. Moving on to the TV section. So we've watched The Mandalorian Season 1 and Season 2 up till the point that it's not on yet until the next episode.
How many days did it take us to burn through that? It wasn't long, was it?
Like 3 or 4 days.
How long did it take you to get through all the Star Wars films?
Possibly like a week.
That's pretty good, to be fair.
True.
You're a new Star Wars fan.
Yeah, you wouldn't have ever thought me to be a Star Wars fan, would you? I do quite like. I think The Mandalorian's probably my favourite out of everything.
Yeah, because it's focusing on him, really, isn't it? For the whole thing.
I say out of all the movies, I'd say maybe The Force Awakens was the best, or Rogue One. Rogue One was really good.
I really liked the planet one. I always forget what it's called.
Rogue One.
Was that Rogue One?
That was Rogue One.
That one. I really like that one.
So, The Mandalorian, for if anyone who doesn't know it yet, I mean, if you're living under a rock, everyone kind of knows what it's about.
I mean, before you decided to watch Star Wars, you didn't ever even look to that, so...
Okay, point made. Thanks for that.
Point maker.
Point maker. So, after the stories of Jango and Boba Fett, another warrior emerges in the Star Wars universe. The Mandalorian is set after the fall of the Empire and before the emergence of the First Order. We follow the Travails? What does that say? The Travails?
I don't know, I can't see from here, Ben.
Okay. We follow a lone gunfighter in the outer reaches of the galaxy, far from the authority of the New Republic.
Authorita.
So he works for the Mandalore, doesn't he?
Yes,
and he encounters the Child, which is a...
Baba Yoda.
A Baby Yoda, as everyone's now nicknamed it. But for anyone who hasn't watched the recent episodes, spoiler. The Child's name is Grogu. I thought that was quite cute still.
That is quite cute.
Baby Yoda, Grogu.
It's when he says his name and he just like pings up and looks at him like he's a cat.
Grogu.
Literally.
You want it? Take the ball.
It's literally, that tiny bit is literally like you talking to your cat or your dog.
Yeah. So for saying we burn through this quite quickly, I think it's down to the episodes. They don't feel as long as they actually are. Like, I think the shortest one we watched was maybe 33 minutes.
Yeah.
But then you've got about 4 minutes of credits at the end. So that was even shorter. But I think the longest episode is maybe 50 minutes.
Yeah, something like that. I think what's good about these episodes is, you've always got that core storyline, which is obviously Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
But then each episode is like its own thing, and there's
its
something
own
happening
thing, yeah.
in each one, which keeps you interested.
End of every episode, it still progresses the major storyline.
Yeah, exactly.
As well.
It comes back to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's full of interesting characters, new characters, old characters, and it's got comedy, action, fantasy, sci-fi. Fantasy. Sci-fi. A little bit of romance in there. It's got everything. It's got adventure.
Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
He's my son now.
It's like
Can you just picture him with a little Mandalorian suit on?
Oh, that'd be amazing.
It's so cute.
It'd be so cute.
Imagine if you grew really tall as well. So it's just like tall Yoda.
Tall, skinny Yoda. But yeah, no, I really like this series. It gets you really invested in the characters and invested in the storyline of where things are going to go, how things are going to play out, what's going to happen next for the Mando and Baby Yoda.
Can I just say, I am super happy. Like, don't get me wrong, I like the character and everything. Obviously, you can't take his health. I did like the fact that they just put that in there and got his helmet off at one point.
At one point, yeah.
Yeah, I just thought it was really good. So, that kind of stopped you guessing about what his looked like. And I think that was good.
It was almost as though to show you that you can hide under any armour, you're still a human. You're still a person.
I was just think it's really satisfying to know what you look like.
True. That as well. But yeah, we're super excited to watch this on Disney+. Movies.
So that's movies.
It's movie quotes, actually. Quote.
You didn't say quote in it, did you?
Well, god damn it, alright.
Movie quotes.
Right, are you ready for these? To see if you can guess them. I'm going to try my hardest, okay, to do them in the style of the character.
I would like them in... I mean, you're so good at impressions, I'd like to hear them in the impression of the character, just saying.
Right, well, first one, let's kick it off. May the odds ever be in your favour.
Hunger Games.
Oh! Did the impression help?
Yeah, it did actually.
Good. Right, second one. Which would be worse? To live a monster or die as a good man?
Is that Shutter Island?
Oh, yes. You're good at these. Have I picked better ones this week?
Yes, you have, and the good lines as well.
Good. Right, third one. If you don't get this one, then it's fucked, innit?
You're out.
Yeah.
You best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner. You're in one.
Pirates of the Caribbean. That was really good, actually.
Aw, thanks.
You know, you could have even done
I know it was.
with the Hunger Games one. You could have just made the tune and done this with your fingers. I'd have still got it.
3 in the pink, 1 in the stink.
I can't whistle, so I can't do it. But
What was the tune go like?
It's
Hum
like-
it.
But it's like in a hum, a whistle. Sorry. Yeah,
That wasn't a quote though, was it? It was an action.
I know. I'm just saying, I'd still got the film.
Or I could have done, I volunteer as tribute.
I don't want to go. My sister can go.
Shut up, Jennifer.
Do you imagine in a spoof of it where she just goes, "My sister's going instead. I'm not going."
Yeah.
You just see a really young sister, get killed in the games.
I heard her say it. It was my little sister.
Yeah. That is so funny.
Thank you very much for listening to episode 7 of Past, Present and Pointless. I've been your horrible host, Alex Carter. With me is my co-horrible host.
Répondez, j'aime Buzz. That was my impression of you.
Your impression of you doing an impression of me.
Yeah.
Of me and
Impressionception.
Oh my god, you didn't. You didn't just do that.
I did.
Wow. Thanks, we'll see you guys next time.
Peace out.